If you're a heating and air conditioning technician or even a salesperson, how do you deal with being secretly shopped, and why does it matter? This is a fantastic question. I'm Scott Silverbell, coming to you live from Sacramento, California, on a perfect day to talk about sales and business, and a fantastic day to talk about you for HVAC technician sales secrets. All right, so real story is, as a salesperson, as a technician, you are going to get shopped, and it could be for a couple of reasons. One, sometimes companies will call and have people come out to a home to look at their skills, their recruiting. It could be a recruitment process. Two, they're looking for your sales presentation and what you do. In 2008, 2009, I started teaching very specific, unique things in presentations. And then about 6 months later, a year later, I start seeing very specific things that I taught pop up. I'd been secretly shopped. Things that I was saying in a home and doing in a home the industry wasn't saying and doing, now a bunch of other technicians from XYZ and 123 company are saying, because they had me out. So rule number one is it happens. And if it's going to happen, it just means you're going to have to work harder and go, I'm going to be secret shopped, and I am going to put in the work, and I'm going to put in the effort. You can never outwork me. You can only underbid me. That's my rule in life. You will never outwork me. How do I know? I don't know. I got like 3,700 YouTube videos. How do I know? I've written books, volumes of books, like The Perfect Answer, 550 pages. I could not add a single page to this, but you'll never outwork me. Never outwork me, right? So I have this attitude, and when I was doing sales, or when I was a technician, I had the same belief. You won't outwork me. You don't understand what I do, why I do it. You're not going to roll out my techniques the right way. Sure, you could copy them, but you don't understand the underpinnings. On this list, number two, look for proof. Sometimes we become paranoid. Sometimes we start thinking things that aren't happening, right? Sometimes you're like, oh, this is just kind of weird. Sometimes you just get people who set you off, and it's kind of weird, and they're strange, and they're unusual. They really didn't do anything on purpose, but you think that you're being shopped. So look for proof, right? And so proof could come from video cameras. Proof can come from recording devices. These days, video cameras can be so small. I'm looking for something in my ride. I've got a water bottle right here, right? They've got video cameras that are the size of this cap now, and you're like the entire unit, not the aperture, but the entire unit. You're never going to see them, right? And with these days, with Otter and the other recording processes like Cloud, and even on a phone, you're probably being recorded too, just so you know, right? So look for proof. If there's a plaid unit sitting on top of the table, you're being recorded. If there's a video camera, I've been in houses where there's video cameras in the kitchen, and there's video cameras in the living area, but not in the bedrooms. Okay, whatever, you're being recorded. But look for proof, okay? Number three, extend questions. This is what nobody understands. Like, you know, things that are going to get people caught up are some of the questions and answers. If you've been in the trades long enough, you know what the answers should be. You know what roughly people should be saying. 80 to 90% of the time, 10% is going to be outside. And sometimes people are going to ask you questions in advance that don't make sense to typical buyers, right? They may ask you something about your warranties and guarantees. They may ask you something about performance. And the back of your brain goes, that sounds weird. If that feeling gets triggered, go back to number three and extend it and use number three and ask some more questions. Slow things down. And if it comes down to it, use number four. Do a walk-in talk. A walk-in talk is your sales presentation around as you walk, right? Instead of sitting down at a table, a walk-in talk is, let's go to the condenser. Oh, and here's why my company is amazing. Let's go to the furnace. Oh, and here's what we do. Let's go to the front yard. Oh, and here's what's going on. Oh, did you see my vehicle? Let's open up the door so you can see that, like, I don't have a body in the back, right? Be aware that how you treat being shopped can turn into a game for you that's going to expose the person who could be shopping you. Because, like, you could be wrong. That's the thing you need to know about. Now, here's the thing. If you want to be better at sales, you want to be good at what you do, you should absolutely join my email publication. Go to this URL, hvactechsecrets.com. I'll give you the goods. Not in the Facebook group, not in the YouTube channel, which means private coaching, private training, discounted coaching, discounted training. It's an email publication. You'll freaking love it. And occasionally, I try to sell you stuff. Got to be aware. It is what it is. Number five on this question, this is the thing that you're going to have to practice. We're talking about practice, right? The thing you're going to have to practice is asking, right? My framework. Maybe I'm wrong here, but it feels like you work for another company. Okay? The reaction is going to tell you everything that you need to know. If it's like, what? That's kind of weird. Probably not shopping you. If you're watching for the facial expressions, like the hand in the cookie jar, you're probably being shopped. So I could think of a couple times in my life and being in as many houses as I have and doing many ride-alongs as I have, like absolutely being shopped. So I call it out. Like, what is it that you're looking for? Why did you have me here? Right? And there were times I worked in rotations. I worked on commissions, get positions job. So there were times where if I knew I was getting shopped and I called it out and the person admitted to it, I got my phone right here, but I'd pick up my phone and I would call my manager on speakerphone and be like, hey manager, I'm sitting here with 123 company, XYZ company, and I'm getting secret shopped right now. Can you take this out of my numbers? And they would laugh and they'd say, are you serious? Say, yeah, let's talk to the person and they're going to tell you that they work for the other company and I want you to explain that this screws up my rotation. And I would guilt trip them. I'd be like, hey, listen, this is how I make my income. And by you playing these games and pulling me out of rotation, what ends up happening is I make less money, right? And I really do appreciate the fact that you called me out here to waste my time so that I can make less money. You just got to know that one of the coaching programs out there tells people when they're brand new to go out and get 3 bids from contractors so they have paperwork to show people so that they can get the experience and they could take that and say, hey, like I've been through this process too. Not my favorite thing. That's, to me, if you have to send somebody to go get bids, that's weak sales training, that's weak coaching. Like, you should believe in your process enough to know you don't have to do that. There you go. You got 1 of 3 things to do from here. Just 1 of 3. Find the subscribe button, click on it, and every time I send out a video, you'll get an update. 2, hit follow. 3, you know what you got to do. Share this video with a friend. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.